Today we're going to take a look at the new Hohem iSteady X2 ultralight smartphone gimbal. Quick disclaimer, Hohem sent me this product completely for free for video review, but this video is not sponsored. Let's see what we get inside the package. This gimbal is super compact and lightweight. Hohem says that it's supposed to be 269 grams. My mistake, they actually said 259 grams, so let's see. It's actually lighter, 253 grams. This is the size of the gimbal when it's completely unfolded, still very compact. Alright, let's see what we have on the gimbal itself. We have a phone mount, obviously, to mount a phone. Here we don't have anything, no cold shoe mounts, no threads or something like that to mount external accessories and so on. Here we have a couple of buttons. We have a joystick, 1 and 2 buttons. Here on the side we have this button. I guess this is for zooming. At the bottom we have a thread to mount this mini tripod. And finally we have the USB-C port to charge the gimbal, and also you can use this gimbal as a power bank to charge your phone. In order to use this gimbal, you have to use the official Hohem application. It's called Hohem Pro. I already have it on my phone. Also, to set up the gimbal for the first time, you'll have to use this application. It's very simple. Just gonna launch it, power on the gimbal, and just follow the instructions basically. Very simple. Already followed everything. And now I can start using the gimbal. Now let's see what you can do with this gimbal. First of all, there's a joystick in here. You can rotate the gimbal left and right with this joystick very easily. You can also do the same thing with the remote controller. So I have the remote in here, as you can see. And I can rotate left and right. You can also tilt up and down, up, down. And you can do the same thing with the remote controller. And also notice how this part of the gimbal is pretty far away from the camera of the phone. I think Hohem designed this so that if you have a wide angle camera on your phone, this part of the gimbal won't really show up in the footage when using the wide angle camera. Unfortunately, I do not have a wide angle camera, but if you do, this is a pretty good gimbal to use with wide angle cameras, I think. Now let's take a look at these buttons and what you can do with them. First, let's start with the left button. So if I'm going to press once, it's going to take a video. If I'm in the photo menu, it's going to take a photo. But if I'm going to press twice, it's going to change between video and photo. And again, you can do the same thing with the remote. So if I'm going to press once, it's going to start taking a video. Press twice, change between photo and video. Now the right button has a bit more functionality. First, if you're going to press once, it's going to change between landscape mode and portrait mode for Instagram stories or TikTok videos. If you're going to press twice, it's going to bring the gimbal to the original position. 1, 2. Let me show it to you again from the other direction. So press 1, 2. It's going to bring it to the original position. And if you're going to press 3 times on this button, it's going to start doing the inception mode, where the phone is basically rotating like that. So let me do that and show it to you. 1, 2, 3. And now it's doing the inception mode. Next button is the zoom in and out button here on the side, on the right side. You can zoom in, zoom out. And I can also do the same thing with the remote. So now you see it's going to tilt the camera up and down, but if I'm going to hold this middle button in here, this button, the M button, until it turns blue, now it's blue, now I can zoom in and zoom out. Now let's talk about battery life. This gimbal should provide you about 10 hours of battery life, and you can also use this gimbal as an emergency power bank. So here I have a cable. I'm going to plug this cable to the gimbal and then to my phone. And now it is charging my phone, as you can see, charging my phone. All right, now let's take a look at the Hohem application. First of all, we have the home button, flash button. We can switch the camera to selfie. This is my Fuji camera. And this is me, hello. And here we have tracking. We have face tracking. You see, it's gonna follow me now. Super cool. Whoop, whoop. Following my face. It's actually working pretty well. Then we have object tracking. If maybe you have an animal or something else, you can draw a square on my face, for example, and then it's gonna track me. Then here we have some settings, video resolution, grid. We can put a grid if we want to compose our shots. Zoom speed, timer, professional mode. I'm going to use that, I'm a professional. EV, ISO, white balance, camera, back camera. We can change the ISO, change the white balance, and I guess change the cameras. Then here we have some other options, working mode, follow speed, motor response, roll auto rotation, left-right joystick, and some other options to customize the gimbal exactly how you want to. Then we have here some effects. If you're gonna click this moment button, we have some presets. Inception preset, then we have fantastic rotation, and panoramic video, smart motion time-lapse, dolly zoom, dynamic. I'm gonna show you all of this later on in the video, how they work. And then here we have some beauty presets. So we have some presets in here. You can change basically like LUTs. And this thing is, I don't know what it is, gesture, high five. Yo! It's taking a video and it is also tracking me. We also have here some zooming options and focusing if you want to manually focus for some reason. And here we also have time-lapse and slow motion. All right, so right now let's see how stable this gimbal actually is. I'm filming right now with the gimbal and my iPhone XR in 4K 24 frames per second. And I am just walking, not trying to be extra stable or anything. Just walking around. Let me try to move the camera a bit just to see what it does. I mean the gimbal. It stays pretty stable. And right now I have switched to the selfie camera on my iPhone just to see how it works with the gimbal. And it seems like my iPhone is not wide enough. I mean the camera is not wide enough, the selfie camera. Looks pretty stable to me, but the camera obviously is not wide enough. I don't know why, but it looks like the camera is not straight. I mean the phone, okay. I need to hold it straight, now it's straight. If you're going to hold it like this, as you can see the phone can't be adjusted, but if you're gonna hold the gimbal straight, then it's fine. Now let's do a running test. Let's see how stable this gimbal is when running. Running with the selfie camera. Is it stable? No? Let me know down below in the comments. I have here some beautiful cows beside me. Where are they? One more thing that you can do is to flip the gimbal upside down. And you can get cool shots like this. And then if you want to, you can flip it back and just get this kind of a shot. Alright, so right now I have enabled the face tracking option on the gimbal. Let's see how it works. I'm using the selfie camera. I have a green square around my face that's tracking me now, and as you can see, it is very responsive. Even from here, super nice. I'm gonna come closer to it now. Go left, go right. Let's do it a bit slower and more natural, because nobody would move like that in a real life scenario. Alright, so now I want to show you the effects, the built-in effects that this gimbal has. It has inception, fantastic rotation, panoramic video, many effects. Let's see what all of them do. I'm going to start with the inception one. Alright, so let's see what it's doing. Just rotating slowly, basically. Alright, fantastic rotation. Panoramic video. Alright, so I think this is pretty much it. As far as I saw, this gimbal is pretty stable, and definitely much more stable than the stabilization that's built into the phone. So if you want something more stable, definitely consider this gimbal for your phone. This gimbal is also very compact. It's super small. That's a nice bonus. Just want to show you. So when it's folded, it's very compact. And lightweight, it's like 250 grams. As you can see, it's very compact. Pretty much the size, a bit bigger than my iPhone XR. This is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and it's pretty much, no, it's still a bit bigger than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And by the way, I've tried this gimbal also with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and it works perfectly fine. It was much easier for the gimbal with my iPhone. But if you have a heavier phone, a bigger phone, it will also work. I don't know exactly what is the weight limit for this gimbal, but this is pretty much the biggest phone on the market. I mean, one of the heaviest and biggest phones on the market. It works with that. I guess it's gonna work pretty much with any big and heavy phone. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. And I guess I will see you in the next one. Peace out.